Hi guys, welcome back. We've got Rhian here, as you can see. Same as before. I think Lee's went fine, but if the internet is patchy, bear with us. We'll get through it, and happy for you to repeat questions if there's any sort of stickiness. So we'll start with the broadcast section, and then we'll move to the embargoed section for 10:30. JD, do you want to go first?
Really nice to see you again, my guy.
You saying, bro? You okay?
I'm well, man. I'm well. I was saying to the gaffer earlier, I hope you lot get an opportunity to watch the fight as well before anything else from last night, because it was a classic. So if you do get a chance, sit down and watch that.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to watch the highlights.
Unbelievable. But talking about yourself, so we move into the Andorra game now. I spoke to Ollie Skippy after the game, and he was talking about how a lot of the senior boys, which would be like one of the senior members of the team, like yourself, were disappointed after that naturally. Just tell us about the adjustments you guys have had and the conversations you've had now going into the second half of the game.
Yeah, of course. I think everyone knows that we started the second half kind of slow in against Slovenia, and of course, it was the second game that we've pretty much played together, and I think that we've all had conversations. Obviously, that me being one of the senior boys and with the whole team and even the younger boys that had just come in, we've all had conversations about it, and we're gonna try and put it right and not let it happen again, because of course it kind of we felt disappointed and kind of angry after the game. We feel like we dropped 2 points that considering that we dominated the first half the way we did, and I think in the next game we want to start the game well and also start the second half well and finish the game well.
We caught up earlier in the week and we were talking about the low block, remembering how difficult it is because it doesn't allow, in terms of yourself, you have to almost change your game. It doesn't allow you to play to your full strengths. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a team that's pretty much going to try and do that to you in terms of that low block. What sort of motivation do you take, especially from watching the seniors and what they did to a similar system?
Yeah, of course. Watching the seniors last night, they played against it very well, winning 5-0. And, there was a lot of runs in behind, like even if there were short runs in behind. And I think that's going to be key to what we do. And, watching them do it gives us like hope and, shows that hopefully we can do it as well.
I think I'd ask you, how much of a bonding experience was that? And how much did it sort of give you motivation? Because Lee was just explaining how you guys all sat down and watched the first half together. So does that almost give you the motivation and the team talk without actually saying anything?
Yeah, basically, because we all just sat there, watched it, and, seeing the way they played was mad, because Andorra tried to basically get in England's head kind of thing, like kind of leaving one on a few players and stuff like that. And it's probably going to be the same in our game, but the seniors left it well, and they didn't bite and they played their own game, and they didn't change the way they played because of who they played. They played the same way through 0 to 90 for 3 minutes that it was, and they come here and got the job done, and that's what we're going to try to do tomorrow.
So my final question is, how much is tomorrow about a mental battle as much as it is a physical? Technically, we know that obviously how well you guys are, and physically we see how well you're some of the top athletes in the world. But you were just talking about they're going to probably try to get very physical with you guys again. So how much is it a mental battle to just kind of stick to the game plan?
Yeah, of course it's going to be a mental battle, but I think that we've got enough experience in the team that's played in international games already, not just 21s, but also the younger ages. And I think that, where if we stick together, we can calm each other down if someone gets irritated quite a bit. But I think obviously that comes from the maybe the older players, helping the so-called younger players in the team, even though we're not that old. But yeah, it's just keeping calm, composed, and keeping your head, because that's what they want. They're gonna want us to bite, and gonna want us to get angry, and wanna fight us basically, and we got to do the complete opposite.
Reid, my last question for you will just be, Lee was talking about some of the conversations you guys have had, that he's had with you, about demanding more from your teammates to feed you and keep making the right runs to put yourself in the positions of where you work. Just give us an insight into what some of those conversations were like between you two this week.
Yeah, it was just, we went through my clips against Slovenia, and he was saying that he thought that I played really well, and you know that the runs that I made were good. I said to him that I needed to make some of them a bit earlier, before they even look up, so try and make up their mind for them. But he said, keep doing the same thing, but sometimes demand it more. So like if you make a run and they don't play it, basically say, come on, play it, kind of thing. But yeah, it was not, what's the word? Criticism. It was more like trying to help, trying to demand more, because of course he wants me to score goals, and you know, of course I want to score goals too, and you're only going to score goals if you get the opportunities.
But it's always a pleasure to catch up with you, my bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thanks, JD. We'll go to Ian Abrahams next at TalkSport.
Hi, Rhian, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Very good.
How difficult is it going into a game you're expected to win and probably expect to score a lot of goals in?
Yeah, of course it's difficult because you know there's you know, quite a bit of pressure on us, but I think it's pressure that we can all yeah. Well, let me start that again. Yeah, I think it's like there is quite a lot of pressure on us, but I think that we can handle it. I think, like I said before, most of us have played in international games where we've been in a situation like this where we've been expected to win by a lot of goals and dominate the game. And I think it's just, you got to put in your head, it's one of those games. Like we used to have friendlies where it was exactly the same thing. So I think we got to think like that and not think of it as a Euro qualifier, or more as another game that we need to get the win and get a few goals.
The point I made to Lee was that regarding yourself, that we've had some absolutely outstanding names playing up front for England in the Under-21s, like Harry Kane, Danny Ings, Calvert-Lewin, Tammy Abraham, Eddie Nketiah last time out. You're now the main man. Any extra pressure on you?
You know, I try not to think of that. I just go into every game trying to help the team as much as possible, you know, by working hard, scoring goals, you know, getting assists for the team. And, you know, obviously you saying them names, they're exceptional players, you know, they all played, most of them have played first team for the senior team now. And for me, that's what I'm trying to do as well. They always say that this is a stepping stone, and hopefully I can, you know, do well at this level and push on as well.
You score goals at every level for England. You scored goals when you were on loan at Swansea. In terms of Sheffield United, it hasn't gone well for one reason or another. How do you deal with that mentally? How do you deal? Because you're someone who's used to scoring goals every week, been playing, as suddenly it's stopped at club level. So how do you deal with that mentally?
Yeah, it's just, you know, you look back at what, when you were scoring goals, what was you doing at that time, and what's changed? And, you know, you try put everything into aspect, and you try and do the same things that you was doing back then to try help you now. And, you know, for me, it's just keep working hard, keep doing the right things, and it will come, because I feel like if you keep doing the right things, that once one goes in and the next one and then the next one, they're just going to keep flowing. And for me, it's just keep doing the right things, keep getting in the right positions, and hopefully take my chance when back at club level.
Because we always say it doesn't matter if one goes in off someone's backside, as long as it goes in.
Oh no, it can go off my
clicks.
knee, my toe, my shoulder. As long as it goes in the back of the net, I'll be happy.
Finally, when you're struggling at club level, how much is it really lovely to be away with England, to be away in a different environment with different players, different friends, different coaches? Just give us an example.
Yeah, of course, it's good to get away, you know. Good to come away with the boys, good to see the boys that I grew up with, pretty much like since I've been young, and, you know, good to see some familiar faces again. But no, it's good to also come away and play games, you know, and hopefully score some goals on international duty as well.
I love it when you just said there with other people when I was young. You are still young. You're still no, 22
I know, but
yet.
I mean, like grew up when I was like 7.
I know what you meant. Listen, good luck tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers, Ian. We'll now move into the embargo section for 10:30. If you guys could raise your virtual hands, so I can make my way through them. Tom Barkley.